What's up, YouTube? This is back Crescent 068 for Grim Crescent, coming to you today with some Battlefield Hardline beta impressions. Now, I downloaded the beta for PS4, and I was playing with it, and I just wanted to share my impressions with you all. So, this game looks amazing. I believe it when they say most of the time it runs 1080p 60 frames per second, because it looks that way. As you can see, the textures inside the car aren't too great, but the environment is absolutely amazing. I mean, phenomenal. So, I've been playing this game, and I just wanted to let you know my impressions. It plays well. It really does play well. For a beta, it's amazing, and it's kind of insulting that this game plays better in a beta than Battlefield 4 did at launch. That's unacceptable. But, you know, hey, this is Visceral developing this game, so they had nothing to do with Battlefield 4, so we can't really blame this on them. But this mode I'm playing, I believe it's called Blood Money. It's where you go to the center of the map. It's basically a variation of Capture the Flag, which is really fun. You go to the center of the map and you steal money from this vault and then deliver it back into your team vault. You can also go to the other team's vault and raid their vault, meaning you steal their cash and then take it back to your vault. This is a really creative new game mode, and it's really unique in the fact that battles can be either, I think I had one that was like 2 minutes long, and another one that had to be at least 30. So they really are, it's up to you to determine the length of the battle, because, I mean, if you have two teams that go back and forth and keep raiding each other's vaults, and it can be a very long, almost conquest type match, like from Battlefield 4, or it can be a really short, quicker than like a Call of Duty match. If both teams one team just dominates, goes for the vault, comes back, and then just completely dominates, you win. So it's a really interesting game mode, but while that is new and innovative, in my opinion, there's not really enough here in terms of, in the beta, if this is indicative of what's being released this fall in Battlefield Hardline, there's not enough here to justify a $50 purchase, in my opinion. It plays well, it's a good game, it's fun, I had fun with it. It's not as good as Battlefield 4 in terms of content. Now, it works better than Battlefield 4, but it's not as good in terms of, I mean, obviously graphics, because it's just a beta, although it looks amazing in general, even not for a beta, but it's just, it feels like an expanded version of Bad Company 2 Vietnam. It really does feel like this should have been just DLC for Battlefield 4. Granted, maybe $20, $30 DLC, but it just feels like they took the idea of making like a conversion for Battlefield 4, like they did with Bad Company 2 and the excellent Bad Company 2 Vietnam DLC, and turned it into a full retail game. My recommendation would be to rent this game. Just rent it or wait till it drops to like 30, 40 bucks. It could be better upon release, but in my opinion, the multiplayer, don't get me wrong, it's very good, but it's just too similar to Battlefield 4 to really justify a release. So now that my opinion's out of the way, I'll get to telling you some new features about the game. As you can see, here, I'm in one of the helicopters. I'm the gunner in, I believe, the executive helicopter is what they call it. There's that, and I believe it's called a Little Bird. Those two helicopters are the two helicopters showcased in the beta. They might have more eventually, but those are the two helicopters. And here, they once again bring back a form of Levolution. Here is the crane, which is the tower from Siege of Shanghai. As you can see, this is sped up 8 times. And it still takes a ridiculous amount of time to climb. But when you get up there, it's worth it because it's a gorgeous view. The crane falling is really cool. As you can see from this jump, I'll show you some particle effects when we hit the ground, which are pretty amazing. Just the paper, yeah, oh, that's beautiful. The crane falling, as you can see, it's spectacular. It's really good in the fact that it changes the map, just like all the other Levolution things from Battlefield 4, but it actually adds to the map because it gives you a straight route to, I think it's the police vault, maybe it's the robber's vault, but I think it's the police vault. And it really adds to the map. But in terms of spectacle, like, oh crap, did that just happen? It has nothing on Siege of Shanghai because, I mean, well, it's a crane as opposed to an entire building. However, it's still really cool to watch. It looks beautiful, but it's not quite as jaw-dropping as Siege of Shanghai, which is okay. I mean, it's not like it has to be better than Siege of Shanghai in terms of jaw-drop factor. But this gun right here, the personal defense weapon, or I'm not sure what the name of it is a personal defense weapon. It's amazing, and look at this, like Michael Bay, just amazing moment. I don't know how it didn't crush me. I mean, I guess I was about 2 centimeters away from being crushed by it, but that's something Michael Bay would think of right there. But, you know, I love this personal defense weapon. It's really nice to have a submachine gun when you're a sniper, because a pistol just doesn't cut it in Battlefield. You know, I mean, it seems to me that people eat shots. But, you know, I love this gun. It's almost good enough to be used as a primary weapon, in my opinion. But like I said, this game mode is really fun. It's really enjoyable. It's a nice new spin on capture the flag. As you can see right here, I'm raiding the enemy's vault. And let me just say that I don't have a PC, so I won't be able to do it. But when someone mods this to make the villains look like the Joker henchmen from The Dark Knight, if I had a PC, or if somehow they allow modding on the PS4, you will not hear from me for months on end. I'm being serious. And right here, you just see some baloney snipering right there, which, I mean, pretty typical in a video game. But if someone releases a Dark Knight mod for this that turns the thieves into the Joker's henchmen, and possibly maybe even the Joker as like the squad leader or something, this is worth $100. I take back everything I said about waiting for it to be $30 or $40. Buy this game right now if someone releases that mod on release. But another great new feature in this game is the sawed-off shotgun. I cannot believe, coming from Gears, I am describing the sawed-off as anything but punk. But I am. It's a lot of fun to use. I don't feel as though it's a ton overpowered. Obviously, this is still just the beta, so it might be different in the actual game. But it's not really that overpowered in my opinion. And the final feature in this game is the zip line. And right here, you can zip line over to buildings. It's really cool. The animation's clumsy. Hopefully they'll improve it because the thing just kind of whoop, it's just there. But it's really cool because it can add to your mobility, and it can really make navigating the city a lot easier, because in Battlefield 4, it was kind of hard to climb up these skyscrapers because you had to go up the elevator, but I think this will make traversing Hardline's world a lot easier than it was in city maps in Battlefield 4. But don't get me wrong, my recommendation to not buy this game at full retail price is not a smack against the game. It plays well, it's a good game, it's fun to play. It's just, if you own Battlefield 4, there's not enough new content to justify a $60 purchase for this game. If you haven't bought Battlefield 4 and you have some friends that are going to be playing this, by all means go and get it. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please comment the video, like the video, and subscribe if you want to see more videos. Have a wonderful day.